Hola, mi amigos. See how the lighting is. Fuck it. Whatever. You'll all deal with me. And my ugliness. I'm sorry I'm less I'm not more attractive. And I know y'all complain about the 4-minute opening, but at least tonight I didn't do the 60 seconds. Just came right in. So here we are. I know you guys want me to send Stealth the link, and I have no argument against doing that, except I don't know how long I'm going to be on tonight, and I think I've learned that Stealth is kind of a talker, right? He might go on for a long time. So there we go. And awesome that we have freaking lag. So, but I guess I'll deal with that. My mouth is moving. It's like a dubbed movie. My eyes are moving. My eyes. Jesus Christ. In case you didn't know, I hit my head today. We'll talk about that in a little while. All right. Let's do an Opie quick roll call. Frank is here. Well, Frank was here last night when I was supposed to be here, so I doubt Frank is still here, but he might come back. Michaela, Mint Diggity. Mint Diggity's been waiting for a gay safari since 9 o'clock last night. Sorry to keep you delayed there, Mint. And we got Cigarette Jones, Panhandler, my fellow comrade. And Frank. So that's it. Oh, and NJ Ranger. NJ Ranger, Smooth Buckman over here. That's me. I want you to know if I can, you're going to help me test something. All right. I need you to tell me if you can hear this. Did anyone hear that? Apparently not. Yeah. Okay. I haven't figured out the OBS thing yet. And so I am going to go to my dashboard and I am going to turn off voice tips. So feel free to send me text tips. Jesus, I can't even say. Hey Schmuckman, you're get hunchbacked. Oh wait, I just read it. Mason Verger. Oh, is that the dude from one of those Silence of the Lamb movies? Hey Schmuckman, your super tip system doesn't work. Get hunchbacked to fix it. We're getting there, buddy. We're getting there. And Cigarette Jones, Kiki Bucks. Yeah, Kiki Bucks. I haven't really looked at the Stripe account, so I don't know what's in there, but it's not karmic money, I'll tell you that. So we'll go there, and I need to turn my headset volume down a bit because it's kind of blowing me out in my ears. All right. So sorry I wasn't here last night. I was I I got home. We were gonna do a stream, and I just wasn't up for it. And then we and then and then I got into Karmic's chat, which I thought I'd watch him for a couple of minutes and then come on, but um, that turned into kind of a fun shit show. So I stayed there. Whoa! I hit it again. That's not even supposed to happen. All right. All right. Let's just see what some guys got to say here. Tell me some stories about reading dirty magazines, Uncle Buckman. If I told you about my first dirty magazine, I think it's a story as old as time. I was down in Reese Park in Rockaway, New York, and they used to have woods, and I was in the woods and found a magazine, and that was the first dirty magazine I've seen. So there we go. But not a terribly interesting story. My life is boring. Wow, my inner troll immediately dissipated with Schmuel's complete no sell. I apologize. I'm trying to get here. I have a headache, and I committed to do 2 days a week, and so I'm making sure that I'm on. So I wanted to do this tonight. I didn't know how long it would last, but we'll give it a shot. Sarah is supposed to join us, but with Sarah, that's always iffy. And Will Heron has the link, so he may pop in as well, or we may just go quick. So let's see here. Hold on a sec. Let's do switch screens here because it might make it easier for me. Oh yeah, that works. So one sec, sweethearts. Move that one over there. This is really gotta suck, right? Watching an old man. Ah, there we go. I can read better. I also had surgery on my eye this week, so I'm seeing better when I look left and right. Getting old sucks, kids. Getting old sucks. All right. Let's see what Frank seems to be wanting to say something. What is Frank saying here? Sorry for the repost in advance, everyone, but I gotta know. Whatever you're reposting, Frank. Oh, there you go. Are you feeling better? Yeah, so I took a tumble. I tripped on something and smacked the other side of my head. Went down, really fucked up my arm, but I hit my head. I don't know if you can all see where the blood is still there. I'm trying to clean it off, but head wounds, fucking bleed like motherfucker, and I hit my head, and I look down, like I was pissed at myself, and then I looked down at the floor, and it was full of blood. Um, so, but in any event, I'm fine. I went to urgent care because I thought I might need a stitch, but they were going to take so long to see me. I said, fuck it. And it stopped bleeding. So I just decided to, what do you call it? Um, live with it. But I do have a bit of a headache. So, oh, Jimmy, all the old men are falling. Joey C fell today, too, on concrete. Yeah, I didn't fall on concrete. And mine was based on stupidity. Panhandler, men don't go to urgent care. You are 100% correct, my friend. But men whose wives nag them figure they'll go to urgent care, so they said they did, and then walk out, which is essentially what I did. I'm not a big urgent care guy, but she wasn't with me when it happened, and anyway, and I don't know. I shouldn't have said anything. I said something, and then it was like I sent her a picture, and then she's like, "You have to go to." She texted her friend who's a nurse, and it's you have to go to urgent care immediately, and that needs to be cleaned. It's going to be infected, and it needs stitches and all that. And I was like, my big goal was um, to try to just stop it from bleeding and then clean it up with some hydrogen peroxide. And the good news about having completely gray hair is the hydrogen peroxide isn't going to do anything. And Cigarette Jones, I agree. Real men die of internal bleeding. Um, but go to the doctor when you should. Get yourself checked out and all that stuff. I'm a firm believer in all that prostate exam and colonoscopies and all that shit. I love all that. I love all that stuff. But yeah, I got to be in bad shape. I went in January. I got in an accident. January last year, I got in an accident on a scooter, one of those stand-up electric scooters. I had a pothole and the fucking bike went flying. Anyway, was wearing a helmet. I was fine. My hand was blowing up. My hand was blowing up. And wifey made me go to urgent care. And it was a good thing she did because I had like broken bones in my hand. And I now have a titanium screw in there. No, right hand. And yeah, you're getting hair schmuel because I like to wear the hat with the headset. But the problem is I don't want to hit that thing and make it bleed again because it don't bleed. And Mr. Panhandler, uh, I don't like this commie, but Schmuel gets a modicum for outkicking his coverage with Mrs. Schmuel. Respect, yeah, I like her, and I have to be honest. There is something cool um, about having somebody care about you so much. You know, that's a little bit. I'm not really used to it, but she worries about me, and it's a nice feeling. So I try to do what I can do. And right, Mint, you fucking got me there. Yeah, Shmuel loves colonoscopies. Pause. Very funny. Very funny. Um, I think they're talking about Mrs. Buckman, way out of his league. I am aware. She's a doll. And the $6 million man, we can rebuild him. We can make him stronger, says NJ Ranger. Yeah, so what's been going on, guys? I haven't really been paying much attention to what's happening in the Dabbleverse. I think I was in last Friday with this little piggy. I was on Tuesday with NJ Ranger, and we talked about this little piggy and Kiki and Nick and Aaron. But I haven't really been following too much other than my venture last night into Karmic, who um, I was. It's very. Most of these guys don't really move my needle at all. Like, I just kind of look at them, but it doesn't really affect me very much. And I just, I'm, um, I'm, what's the word? I'm friends with Dixon, and I'm friends with Taz, and this guy, um, going after Taz just sort of pissed me off. But I got it. He was drunk. I thought it was embarrassing. You fall in love with a woman you never met. Um, that you've talked to because she used the love word. Uh, man, if I use it all the time, so I'd have real problems. Um, anyway, but the thing is like he goes on like he draws this woman into his crazy shit, right? Um, and then he won't watch it because he doesn't like watching it when he's drunk, and he apologizes because all he had was respect for her, but yet at the same time he was calling her a super tip whore. Um, and like, fuck you, dude. And like you don't even know this person, and Dixon can handle it. He's a big boy, but real men don't do that to women. Um, it, it's pussy. That's my thing, man. I keep thinking. Keep thinking that he's like the ultimate beta male. And I can't. I was trying to remember today. I can't. I didn't get a chance. I was kind of busy. But there's there used to be a cartoon, and man, I don't know if it was Deputy Dog or one of those things where there's a guy who's always walking around like, yes, boss, yes, boss. And then I was thinking of Barney from the Andy Griffith Show, who loved to talk tough when Andy wasn't around, but he was very meek and kept his shit together. And I think I need a new wick. And I've seen very little of Karmic on MLC. And when I've seen him on MLC, he doesn't say anything. He just sits there, nothing, nothing, nothing. But when alone and unchallenged, he's a major tough guy. So he can go fuck himself. Casey Armstrong's hairline. Yo, Buckman, I can get you the MLC link. You into it? No, I get offered that quite a bit, actually. I just have no desire to go on Kevin's show. Um, I don't know. Just not for me. But thanks for asking. I appreciate it. Um, Karmic is a Sigma for sure. All right. So I got your Alpha and your Beta, but as a person who doesn't like fraternities, not so much sure what the Sigma defines. I always think of these guys as just betas. It's like they just, they're always looking up at people, always looking up at people. And if I have to fucking hear one more time how you've never been through what I've been through, oh my God, just stop. Absolutely stop. There's somebody did, I think it was Doom maybe, who did a funny clip where Karmic talks about all of his trauma. And it was like somebody threw crab apples at him while he was riding a dirt bike. I mean, oh my God. I don't know if I could walk a mile in those shoes. So that's the deal. Boomer. Man, you can do better than that. And Sigma males are independent types who think out of the box. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So beta. Um, yeah, this is no like thinking out of the box. This is drinking and trying to live out your fantasies online to make yourself feel better. I've seen this 1,000 times, and you see this when you go to 12-step meetings. There's always guys that they'd come because they got to stop drinking for whatever reason, whether it's a DWI they want, and they it's it's everything is happening to them. But boy, when they're loaded, um, they just got all these ideas and all these fantasies about what's going to happen, and the world is against them. Uh, and I don't know how to make AI music. Um, so I don't want to judge ability or whatever. So I'm not judging the quality of the music, but the lyrics of the music sound like they were written by a guy who, in high school, that first time your dick gets hard, but you don't know what to do with it. You know, he's like, I don't know. He seems very confused to me, and he just think he's great. He and it's awful. I was at the bank on my way home and making a deposit. And of course, every time I put the shit in the machine, it says we can't take some of it. I got to take it out, put it back in. And the first AI song he played was Desert Rose. Something with Desert Rose was the line in it. Then there was a little break. Then there was the next song, and that one was Prairie Rose. Um, and the borderline stuff is crap. And then I do have I get a personal grudge out of these guys that and the American bullshit that he was pulling last night. That's actually what got me kind of heated because I kept thinking that he's uh, play acting. That this isn't really him. But I'm assured that what we see is what we get, and I'm an American. That means I can be a fucking asshole. Bullshit, bullshit. And then I don't know. I'm going all over with this, but and I said I didn't watch anything, but apparently I did watch stuff. I saw I guess it was Nice Podcast Stupid or whatever. I think he might have had some clips, or somebody had some clips of he and Felicia together, and you talk about a guy. He's either missing cues or he's just completely uninterested. Um, but boy, I'd love those two to get together. That would be like my favorite thing. Could you imagine her moving to Minnesota to be with him and she'd never leave? Could you? I wonder what his AI songs would be like then. And then let him live a month with her, like in Pat Dixon's shoes, and see how he feels about it after that. But I was not in the Navy, and no, I did not invade Grenada. Grenada was pretty funny. No, I don't begrudge Sam Bibley. People, Schmuel people don't like Karmic. We like Karmic. You dig? Oh, I get it. I think, but I don't care if you like him or not. It doesn't matter to me. I get constant shit about who I like and who I dislike, and sometimes they cross party lines, and uh, people like, oh, how can you be their friend, or how can you talk to them? I don't give a shit. I don't really think this is like this isn't real life. Um, I think Melton has said that before, right? That you got to separate the stuff from shows and your smarts. And I will give Karma credit for that because he really did shit on Melton. But when he knew he wasn't going to get monetized by YouTube, he went right to super tips. So he's got some smarts. Cigarette Jones. You're right. Do I look like I was in the Marines? Come on. Yeah, never happened. Never happened. And but yeah, I didn't have to fight in any battles. It was pretty cool. Well, more than 4 years of training missions. Um, so and what's actually very funny about that is now it's like there's like all these veterans that were my age, and um, so right now there's a lot of the veterans my age, and we didn't do shit. Right, there was a decent period of time where nothing fucking happened. Um, but you talk to these guys and you'd think that they like fucking took Pork Chop Hill, or or went over the wall in Germany. Um, just such a bunch of bullshit. Um, and there's a thing that it's actually pretty funny. So I think it was 77, 76 or 77, I can't remember. Um, but it was December 31st of 76 or 77. And if you went into the military at that time, uh, you were considered to have been in the Vietnam era. And even though the war had ended years before, so there are guys that have like Vietnam, quote unquote, Vietnam era status. It's a ribbon or something, and it's hilarious because now if you see guys, a lot of these older guys, you'll see them, and they're not that old, but they're old, right? So they're in their, I don't know, 68-ish, maybe yeah, about 68, and they're wearing the Vietnam era veteran stuff, and you find out they went in long after the war ended. But man, like they're a veteran. All right, I get it. I get it. So yeah, post Vietnam started after. Mint Diggity has a very good question. Johnny Carson, he said he met you at Ray's and had a few in him. Did he say anything to you? Is my question. Wow, what happened? Oh, there we go. What didn't he say? Johnny Carson, and I met him at Ray's, but I saw him at Gino's show. Um, Seems like a really nice guy, but boy, is he a talker. And so I'm surprised he remembers he met me, and he was holding court for a very long time. So that's it. So I just want to we'll go real quickly. We're on. I'm on up against Melton, and I think MLC just went live. So maybe shorter than I thought. So last night with Karmic, it was it's very interesting with him because he does this thing of, oh, everybody's against me, everybody hates me, oh, you all want me, you all want a piece of me. And he said that I'd sent him the link dozens of times. He's sending me the link. He's always on. And untrue. I can't find it. I'm not saying that I never send him a link because I send the link to a lot of people, but I cannot find where I ever sent him a link. And so I don't want to say 100% I didn't send him a link, but I'm like 99.44, 100% I didn't send him the link. But when he did come on, I thought he was interesting, and I'm sure chatted him to say, we should come on, you should come on, or he mentioned my name or something, and so I did talk about it. But then last night I just lost it in this fucking chat. It's just very cowardly. And the man who's standing up against the world. It's like it's bullshit. So, and I do think, and then somebody said in there that, look, the dude can talk for 3 or 4 hours, and that's a talent. And I agree, it's a talent. But I notice it's very much like morning radio. Um, you can only listen for about 20 minutes before he kind of repeats the same thing. Like the same ground gets covered hundreds of times. Um, and uh, this crying on air, uh, come on. Uh, Real men cry. Real men cry when when a parent or a wife or something dies, right? Not when Taz says you're an idiot. So, uh, Dr. Chow, why am I not surprised by this? Dr. Chow, the Mega G. The repeating is my favorite part. Um, Repetition leads to mastery. It does if you are practicing a skill, but it's just the same thing over and over again. And mucho promises of what he's going to do and when he's going to do it. Uh, I shouldn't say that, or what he's going to do, but never when he's going to do it. And it's Joey C with more class, right? Like all the plans and all the ideas and all these things, and they're going to take over the world, but we're not seeing it. I'm not seeing anything um new. And when Spurgsnake and I talked about it, um I the question that I've had all along is this AI stuff and these the drawings and all that shit, is this stuff that he's had, like he's chambered it, it was in his arsenal, he's got it, and now here he is, what, a month into this new streaming thing, um and he's shot his wad, and that's why there's repetition, or as Dr. Chow would like to say, he's repeating himself to master the subject. I tend to think, just my personal opinion again. No, I tend to think he's got a lot of stuff. Um, I think he had a lot of stuff that he's done over the years, and I think that we're seeing it all now. So I don't know what we're going to see in a couple of weeks. Are we still going to want to listen to Prairie Rose and Desert Rose and Borderlines? Um, so I don't know. And we can talk about some of the stuff you guys are putting in the chat, and I'll do that in a minute if I can ever get this fucking cigar to stay lit. As I'm sucking on cigars, and doing it so hard I'm making noise, I was also like, he's got a very sort of oddly homosexual attraction to Pat. Um, I've never heard a man until tonight. I've never heard one man describe another man as having perfect blowjob lips, I think is what he said. And Pat's lips are perfect for that. Um, Whatever, knob hogging or some bullshit. But he really kind of got into Pat's lips, uh, which I thought, that's a little too much there, buddy. A little too much. I think you're just a little too tuned in to this whole sexuality of other men, and maybe the if you've ever known closeted gay guys, which doesn't really happen as much now, right? But there are closeted gay guys. Um, and I've met a few, and I always laugh because sometimes they marry big fat girls, but that's an entirely different story. Um, but they're gay, but they don't want to be gay, and they wind up they're they wind up kind of falling for people they don't have. They know that are unobtainable, so it's a way of avoiding relationships. Um, so like I gotta wonder, like, is that the Taz thing? Is it's like, oh, let me fall in love with this chick I don't know, right? That I know I can't have. And then woe is me, my heart is broken. Now I get another 6 months before my family's saying, hey, uh, you ever gonna get a girlfriend? So who knows? You know, but then you take that, you combine that with his love of Pat's lovely lips, and puzzle pieces start to fall together. So, look, and I think perfectly that if you're gay, live your life that way. Nothing wrong with it. It's perfect. And I am a huge fan of marriage and partnerships and stuff. And I know you guys don't think that, but I think it's really important, as a guy I spent quite a bit of time single, and it's a pain in the ass. But yes, Cigarette Jones, men's lips. Ooh. And I always laugh like in here. One night I heard Melton going on about like Chad's teeth. He was like picking on Chad's teeth, and I was like, that's fucking ridiculous. Um, but it didn't feel it it didn't feel homoerotic. Tonight's stuff did. So we'll go there. Um, Stealth Chaos. This is all a few weeks late, too late, but spot on. Hey man, I have kept my mouth shut about Karmic because I did not know uh, what he was or who he was, and I did not. I had an opinion, but I did. I wanted to see whether I was right or wrong first, and some things I've been right about, and some things I've been wrong about. Um, but the funny part of all this is uh, Karmic sort of hit. I know you guys know that you guys were with him, I guess, when he was streaming to just a few people or gaming or something. Um, but he really hit the Dabbleverse right around the time of Hackmania. And people were talking about him, and a lot of people were shitting on him, but I'm laughing because I was talking to Pat Dixon, and I said, like, is this guy for real, like, or is this just all an act? And Dixon was very pro Karmic, so I guess that's changed now, but it's funny how that goes because the guys that were calling him a lolcow and talking shit about him are now all about getting them on their show. And the guy that was supporting the guy that was supporting him is the guy that he's going after. So uh, it's a little bit crazy. There's nothing to know about who sociopaths are. Their personality could be a Pakistani leather jacket, cheap sunglasses, and booze. Eh, I don't know. I don't think he's a sociopath. I'm sure he's a nice enough. I'm sure he's a nice enough guy. I just think he's confused about who he is, or where he's going with stuff. And Dr. Chow the Mega G will get. This is he's doing a lot of things right, maybe unintentionally, and but the music beds and breaks actually add flow. I don't know about the breaks. uh, they I whatever. But the music bed, yeah, that was one of the first questions when I started asking about him. I was asking people about. I liked the music bed, and I was wondering whether other people liked it or not. So there's there's a certain amount of you can't. I I promise that I will always give you my honest opinion or no opinion, right? I may say I have no answer to that or I don't want to talk about it. Um, but what I'm finding in this universe is that a lot of people who you ask a question to, you don't get um, an honest answer from because they dislike that person. So even if that person, what was the old joke is that guy could cure cancer, but they'd want to send him back or something. I just think that that's I think I I don't know. I thought the music beds were pretty cool. I don't know how I'll feel about them in a month, but I thought they were pretty cool. Um, but a bunch of no, no, no. But I have a feeling that had more to do with who was doing the music bed, and that they hadn't thought about it. So I, I don't know how people actually feel. I don't know whether to feel sorry for you, Chow, or respect you. But Chow says, I have watched many, many hours. The breaks actually can create segments, and when he comes back, you have no idea what mood he's going to be in. Um, I have no idea what mood he's going to be in, but I will say this. What happens when you buy Yala cigars? I will say this. Last night, and if you go back to his chat last night, you will say that I said it in the chat. Um, he he's running out of energy and getting super emotional, and then he takes the break, and then the next thing is he comes back from the break and he's re-energized. Uh, so take that for what you will. Um, Stealth Chaos. He does a mood reset that is very sociopathic. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not smart enough to be calling somebody a sociopath, and I think we overuse the word narcissist. And I think we're looking. Um, I think we're looking to define people. But to me, they're just personality types. Like I've seen this guy before, you know. And let's go to my buddy Ranger. It could work like that in theory, Chow, but mostly it's back to Karmic X Live already in progress. Um, but it does break him, right? Doesn't it? Does it does it call like the breaks, right? Even if they're kind of annoying to you, they seem to help him. So uh there we go. Let me just see something here. I stealth chaos. Wow, Schmuel takes are very shallow. They're actually not, but I don't have anybody to back uh, on a back and forth here. So um, I'm giving. I like to do a more of a helicopter view than I'm not in the yard with them, so I can't really do that. Buckman, you can see it has a severe reaction to alcohol. He's Jekyll and Hyde between sober and drinking streams. Um, yeah, look, I'm a sober fella, and I, I don't think that the alcohol is helpful, and I think uh, how do it? It feels to me, it would be my opinion that what I've seen in other people is the alcohol is like a coping, um, self uh, self medicating thing. Um, there's a lot going on in this guy's mind. Now he's blaming, right? corporate for fucking him and all these other things. But I firmly believe that most people, whether they want to admit it or not to the rest of the world, know that a lot of stuff is their fault and that they played a role in this. That's one of the big things that 12-step programs do, right? Is to teach you how to identify your role in things. So um, I get the feeling that some of these guys, like this guy, he drinks to help take away those feelings of inadequacy. And when he's drinking, he feels more adequate. I don't know. That's just my thought. Stealth, I don't know. I'm a very slow thinker. So apologize for that one. And NJ Ranger, I've heard it both ways. Sometimes he comes back and changes tack. Other times he picks up right where he left off. Yeah. So last night he was chatting me while he was on one of his breaks, and he said from earlier, as I mentioned, he said I'd sent them links um, dozens of times, and I'd said I'd never sent them, and I did say that I would talk to him in private, like we could do a stream in private, and I offered that because um, he claimed I'm chasing his clout, so I don't want to chase his clout. Um, I would just like to talk to him. And he was like, no, we have to do it in public. And then I'm like, well, then does that mean you're going to send me a link or I'm going to send you a link? Because if I send you a link, then you're going to say I'm sending you links all the time. So I told him to feel like sending me a link. Um, so yeah, look, Stealth Chaos. There is no originality there, no core personality, just a series of affectations and impersonations. That may be correct, but we also may be seeing um, this is new to him. I don't think that he's been doing these streams forever, and this is like the first time he's letting himself out. So you may be 100% correct here, um, but I think it's also possible that he's trying to play something that maybe I don't know. I guess I'm trying to say is maybe this isn't really him, um, and that might just be naive of me. I mean, I'd like to see the guy around. I'd be happy. Um, I love when guys can come on here and make money at it, but we'll see. All right, and yeah, exactly. Dr. Child and Mega D, yeah, there's a lot of wrestling character involved. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, and particularly when he'll uh, say shit like, if you've got something to say to him, you can super chat him, which is, heel behavior, right? Let me be a bad guy. Um, anyway, let me be a bad guy and get paid for it. So I don't know. But then maybe he's like John, which is, uh, yeah, these people pay me to shit on me. But look at that. I'm making so much money at this. But at the same time, uh, the shit tweets, shit chats, whatever you want to call them, are really affecting him emotionally. So um, who knows? Uh, NJ Ranger, what I don't like is the tough guy talk followed by not actually sending a link. There's a big difference between lightning and a lightning bug. You are wise with words, my friend. Yeah. Um, he doesn't want to send the link. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to confront people um, on stream. I'm not sure if it's because he has to get Kevin's approval first, um, or if he really is a coward, as I said he was last night. Because every one of his defenses of Taz turn into an attack on Taz, and Taz is an easy target, and Dixon's an easy target for that matter too. And I know, but I do know that like Tukey loves him. Tukey wants to have him on, which may have to do with the fact that Tukey can do his voice like 100%. But I'm gonna bet that we're gonna see him go places where he thinks he'll be welcomed and not challenged at all. So he wouldn't send the link to Cloud Town guys at Still's behest, supposedly out of respect to him. He wouldn't send you or Quad the link last night. I'm seeing a little pattern here. Yeah. He I kind of don't. I have to be honest and say I don't really understand why he wouldn't send Quad a link or go on Quad show. It's pretty harmless, or come here, but I can't stand the this. Oh, you're doing this, you're doing that, but you won't face me. And I'm old and dumb and a butt boy for Dixon and all this shit, but you can't talk to me. And again, like I said, I offered to do it in private, and he wouldn't do it. And stealth chaos. He will not send the link to people who will hand him his ass live on stream. Yeah, I also think he doesn't know. He doesn't know who's gonna who's gonna hand his ass to him and who's not. So yeah, there's definitely cowardice in there. I tell you right now, I doubt he'd ever send Adam Bush the link. Cigarette Jones, it's a little unmanly to talk all that shit and decline the fight, isn't it? It's Stuttering John, right? I'll fight everybody. I'll fight you. And show up at the house when you know somebody's not there. And Jerry from Vegas, when we were at Hackamania, told us 100% John knew that that Melton wasn't home, and they were sure of that, and that's why they went there when they did, because he didn't want to have a confrontation. So, and if you're going to do that, fine. Just don't lecture me on masculinity for 6 hours. Yeah, yeah. If I didn't say this clearly earlier, and just intimated it, I don't see a lot of masculinity there. So it doesn't surprise me. So my question though would be is his shitting on people as much as he does just an act to generate heat and then hope you get mad enough to super chat him or super tip him, just so he can make money off the fake fighting? Or is this really him? Is he really sort of this emasculated guy? I was watching him last night and I suggested that he might have low T, and I think that's a possibility. But you know what? I don't want to spend my show shitting all over Karmic when there's so many other people to shit on. And let's read Mint. Mint Diggity. I don't like how he kisses Brennan's ass. No one likes when someone just agrees with you and doesn't push back. KB would respect him more if he told him to go fuck himself. That may be true, but KB probably wouldn't have him on the show, because KB needs an amen chorus, right? Like, he really needs people around him who agree with him. And give Karmic credit where credit is due. Karmic knows that he's got to be lesser than in order to stay on Kevin's show. Cigarette Jones, Clowntown are big men as long as they have their mute button and can drop you off the stream. Yeah. Well, Liam's another one of those tough guys. We've seen that in action. We've seen Liam talk shit, and then when that person comes on the screen, all of a sudden he's got to go. But shockingly enough, he can come back immediately after they leave. Amazing. Um, MKE ain't afraid to tell him where to stick it. Yeah, but MKE's a drunk. I mean, it's nobody's really taken MKE seriously. So uh, that it's not. I don't think it's a fair comparison. Um, Stealth Chaos. You literally ask for that, bro, and yet he decides against it out of respect. Um, yeah, everything seems to get made up. Um, as it goes along, that's when he makes his decisions. And Stealth Chaos, Injure Ranger, and then Liam and Dumya both claim they ran away. Hold on a second here, I must have missed something. Mint Diggity, you saw how he reacted to that ball washing super chat. You're 1,000% right. And I think I might have missed something here. But that's all right. And he wouldn't even send them the link in your absence, though. Yeah, look, man. He doesn't. He th- there's a certain there's a certain thing though, right? Like when it comes to going on these streams and stuff, if I could see Karmic not going on Clowntown if he didn't think it was going to benefit him, right? He's making money on his show, and so um, why would he go on another show that's not going to pay him or he's not going to make money on just to be owned? Now, a wiser guy might uh, send them the link so they can come on his, and at least he has the control of dumping them. So, but there we are. And there's always the fear. I've had some people who've wanted to come on that I've wanted to kind of argue with and debate. But the problem is I'm also concerned that they're going to porn bomb me. So there may be some of that too. So I don't want to go 100% with saying he's a pussy for not going on Clowntown. I just don't know enough about it. But I do know with me, with Quad, with Dan from Nice Podcast, Stupid, with other lol cows, he doesn't have to worry about that. So Baker Act Willie. Some people get the link and they just talk and talk and talk and will not let anyone else speak. Comes to mind. Balding head. Bandana. Yeah, Gino. Gino does that all the time, and Gino does that all the time. And Stealth, I appreciate your advice. Schmuel, you need to go harder. The mildness is not sustainable. It's not intended to be sustainable. I tend to move into things slowly. I don't like to just go balls to the wall shitting. Gino, I could do. I'd be happy to do that. But I don't know enough about Karmic yet to give you my to give you an opinion that's not yet. It's good. It's a little not formulated. So, but once we get there, I mean, when I talk about what a piece of shit Gino is, I could do that all fucking day long. So it's not a matter of me going harder or not hard. It's a matter of me knowing what I'm talking about. And Stealth, Buckman, I just want you to be more popular because you have great opinions. I I got to tell you, Stealth, I really appreciate that. So make sure that you like and subscribe and tell other people. But I've only been streaming since October. I'm learning how to do this. Um, I am growing slowly, which is fine with me. And I figure another couple of years in before I'm a complete mumble mouth. So there there we go with that. Oh shit, something fell. Um, so, but yeah, and stealth. I've also been known to go hard on some people, but usually that's when I'm face to face with them. Is kind of my preference, but we'll do that. I have no fucking idea what you're talking about here, Dr. Chow. We need your thoughts on the composition. And Baker Act Willie, I did get a little carried away with the ADHD. Yours or that's on stealth. That's stealth. Who's ADHD? Yours or oh, are you talking about that stupid Yay song that I didn't hear? Um, oh, I haven't heard it. I saw a bunch of black guys on Hollywood Boulevard um, singing. I don't know if that's the I don't know if that's the song or whatnot, but I'm to me it's just it's a waste of time. The most interesting thing to me about Ye is how a couple of years ago when he became a quote unquote Christian and all these prosperity gospel preachers, these fucking money grubbers were out there trying to latch on to Ye and God won him over and all this other bullshit. So uh, he's a nut, I guess, but he really doesn't. It's just not something I follow along. And and the interesting thing about Ye is his transgressive mindset. We need more of that in society, Stealth Chaos. Define transgressive mindset for us. We're Dabbleverse idiots. Um, and thank you, Cigarette Jones. Schmuel did good on BYB, and I despise Shuli. See, this is where by the way, this is where subtlety gets lost in in this universe and in society. Is I wasn't, I didn't go on there in an attempt to defend Shuli. I went on there to talk about guilt by association, um, judging people by things that you don't know, and trying to own somebody with disgusting shit just because you think it's going to make you a couple of bucks. But that's just me. This other thing, I didn't hear the email, but I heard Kevin Brennan read an email that, Take Back the Night is going to report Shuli to the authorities, something like that. And, I've known forever, and I even asked for clarification from Shuli a long time ago when this happened about how the Take Back the Night money was done. And Shuli never had the money, right? It went through YouTube's charity stream. So there was no money for Shuli to send. But Kevin doesn't care about the truth, right? He's perfectly happy to lie, degrade, denigrate. He's very happy to really personally try to destroy someone just so he can get a super chat, which answers the question of why I don't want to go on a stream from early. But there you go. Dr. Chow, the Mega G, you're going to sink this podcast. Oh, Brennan, Karmic, and Felicia are trashing Taz on MLC. Look, man, this is what fucking it's this is what this guy Karmic has, right? He's got Kevin to keep him propped up. He's got the drinking, which makes people look like the chatters seem to me to be seen trying to encourage him to get so drunk he offs himself. Um, and he's got Taz and Pat Dixon. It's like there really isn't much there. So it's you know it's Kevin with Ray. Just it's the same fucking thing over and over again. Just kind of move the fuck on. So I'll let you all go see KB. There was somebody else I wanted to mention, but I'm seeing if I can remember. Oh, Dr. Chow, the Mega G. Me too. I just checked in for 15 seconds. They were watching Alex Stein. I have zero understanding of why Alex Stein is a thing. Um, and I mean, I guess there's reasons, right? But I don't get it. It's the same clown act over and over and over again. Um, and that Joey C appearance at the city council was horrible. It was awful. There was nothing funny about it. Um, there was not there was nothing, and Alex just loved it. So I guess that's why they make vanilla and chocolate. And you know, I'm a vanilla guy, so I guess you can go over there for the chocolate. Um, Mint Diggity, his phone won't stop ringing. It's funny that you say that because the usual thing that happens is uh, I try to turn off my phone before I stream, but every now and then I forget, and it only rings one time, um, and then you shut it off after that. You just don't, you just there's no reason to just let it ring. I mean, you know, it's not like Karmic is being summoned to an emergency, and he doesn't have a job, so he's not on call. And don't most people fucking text anyway? And aren't the worst goddamn people in the world the ones that leave you a voicemail? And I got one friend that does that. He calls, he leaves a voicemail, and he then texts afterwards. It's like, Jesus, could you fucking stop? And he's a young man. Um, he just inherited a YouTube channel with lots of views. I heard, who did I hear talking about that tonight? Was that when Pat was on with BYB? Um, I didn't know that that was actual fact. I thought it was just assumed that that was the case. Oh my God, it's a landline. It's 2025. Uh, Holy shit. Well, turn those off too. And Cigarette Jones, think he has a landline because of bad mobile reception. I'm gonna laugh when we find out that this guy's like living in a studio apartment in Greenwich Village, right? And is a formerly trained actor or something, but I doubt it. Um, Dr. Chow, the Mega G, he got Elijah Schaefer's channel. Okay. Wow. So I guess that's one of the ways to do it, right? You can buy viewers or you can buy a channel with a lot of viewers or be given one. But I can't imagine what I can't imagine what he's done. Wait, this is all old. Pod Awful has done deep dives on him on Karmic or on Stein. I guess Stein, right? 'Cause Karmic hasn't been around that long. Oh, I get it. All right, I got it. So we're talking about Alex Stein. That I said I don't understand why he's a thing, and then it turns out that maybe he's not, and he, according to Dr. Chow here, inherited somebody else's channel, and there it goes. Um, and Stealth Chaos likes Alex Stein. I guess I should take this one down, right? Um, so yeah, I don't really find him interesting at all. It's I don't know, same crap. It was interesting and it was fun in the beginning when he was doing the dressing up and going to city council meetings. Um, Alex Stein is charming, has charisma, balls of steel, and truth to power. I would seriously disagree with that. Um, I think he's charming and I think he has charisma. Um, couldn't tell you about the balls of steel, the truth to power. I think is bullshit. I think he's feeding his audience what they want. So you know that's what it is. I don't know about this truth to power thing. Look, I could never get up in front of a city council um, dressed as a woman and be serious. So he can do that. So obviously he's talented in that regard. But I can't do it. Yeah. Dr. Chow, he's part of Clowns in America. Possibly, it's not a bad thought. Fish Tank is like the internet version of Big Brother. Is that what's going on there? Um, so I think that's pretty much. Whoa, pretty much what that is. I think I just pulled my mic out. Anyway, Dr. Chow, this is from Stealth, the Mega G, as long as it's not clown towns in America. Ha ha. All right. But yeah, in any event, guys, I think that, right. Alex Stein started as a Cheaters producer. Yeah, that was that was a lot of fun to watch that show. But yeah, and you have to have balls of steel to do that to people. I would think you'd fucking get yourself shot. But so um, we can all agree that he has balls of steel. Whether he's got any relevancy, um, that I'm not so sure of. It just doesn't seem like I. The only time I've heard about Alex Stein in the last 6 months is this most recent one. And know he was a reality show contestant on a bunch of shows. Chaka John, who is one of our Dabbleversers, is somebody that you should talk to about that. She's got great thoughts on the reality show contestants and what they've done in Hollywood. And so I guess, yeah, it's 12:15. We can close this fucker. Any other quick questions? And thank you all for the super chats or super tips that I didn't get. I appreciate that. But we've never been here for the money. Yeah, I don't know. I do think of Stein kind of as a clown, but I have a grudge against. I think there's a lot of grifters on both the right and the left. Like these angry fucking people. The quartering dude, and the bigger ones like Rachel Maddow, Chris Hayes on the left. These the what are they called? The brothers, the Midas Touch brothers. It it's there's no doesn't feel like there's a lot of honesty in them. It just feels like uh, in the morning they get the talking points, and then that's what they go with. um, Stealth Chaos. Watching Felicia and Carmax on MLC makes me want to punch a wall. Well, then don't watch. Don't watch. I kind of don't see him. Dr. Chow, the Mega G, yeah, they all CIA ops. I don't think they're CIA ops at all. I think we overestimate what our government is capable of. But I wouldn't be surprised that the Chinese aren't sitting there laughing, going, these are what Americans, these are the people that America is turned to for their information and news. All right, Stealth. Seeing people like Alex Stein actually going out in the wild and confronting people in real life is so refreshing after real men like Carmax. Uh, yes. But Alex Stein is also like 7 fucking feet tall, and he's got a crew behind him, right? Um, so there you go. And Dr. Chow says another country, but not China. But I digress. All right. We've got two rules in this chat. One is no racism. And the second rule is there are two banned words, digress and ascertain. And Chow, I'm going to put you in a timeout the next time you use the word digress. All right. So, in any event, Chow, another country, not China. And then, but the I digress. So, look, the only reason why North Korea exists is to do China's bidding. So, yeah, maybe it's the North Koreans, but they're doing it. Somebody's doing it, and generally all around, whatever. We get there, whatever. And Schmuel, don't let idiots dictate our vocabulary. Stealth, that was a failed attempt at humor. You don't even know how right you are. But in any event, I do. And contrary to what I appear like on here, I am pretty aware of what's going on. Carmack's got his lust for big words from listening to me. All right. Now, if that's true, then do we hold you responsible to start making sure that he uses them in the proper context? I cajole you to encourage him. So we'll go there. Next time, I'll be back over the weekend, I suspect. I will talk shit about Kiki next time. Just for the hell of it. But I have some stuff I want to do. I didn't really want to do it tonight. I actually thought that my head was fucking banging when I got on here, and I took some stuff from before, some aspirin, which also makes me bleed. But I took some stuff, so I didn't really prepare because I really didn't think I was going to be here more than 20 minutes. But my loyal YouTube audience of 6, I felt the need to be here for you guys, and because I'm amazed that anybody watches this fucking show. So Stealth, I'll hit you with a DM, and we'll schedule a time when you can come in, and we'll talk. But I like to keep these streams to an hour and a half, just an FYI. And yeah, we can go 2 hours, but we go more than that. Just do it. So speaking of NJ Ranger 201 LMAO, NJ, I would love to see you in a conversation with Carmax. You fucking guys with the two, you with your actual vocabulary and him with his sort of jumble, let me see what I pick out of the box vocabulary would be very funny. Stealth Chow has avoided coming on a stream with me alone for months and months and months. So I don't know that he can be relied on, but I will send you a DM, and I will include Chow, and hopefully we can set something up. So it's been a great night, guys. Thank you very much, and I appreciate you listening to my boring stuff. Rewatch, leave a comment later on. That would be awesome. And please, women, children, folks in the Walmart, get them subscribed on the drive for 500. So long, guys. Have a great night.